Today on the CTV News at 5.
Our service is a good police service.
3 Medicine Hat police officers are charged with assault. Plus, how Lethbridge sports groups are helping High River flood evacuees. And the U of L wins awards for Family Play Day.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. 3 Medicine Hat police officers are charged with assaulting a man during an arrest in August. Investigators say the 34-year-old was so badly hurt he needed surgery. The 3 constables are charged with aggravated assault. Constable Robert Angstadt has 5 years of service with the police department. Constable David Herrick, 7, and Constable Mark Sellier, 8 years of service. The charges were laid after an investigation by the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team, or ASIRT, into the officers' actions during the arrest. The officers have been reassigned to the traffic and major crimes units while the investigation continues. Today, their police chief expressed his support for them.
This is a tough business. Until I learn otherwise, I will support our members and trust that the system will sort out the facts. I ask that the community also support these members as they and their families go through these difficult proceedings while still serving this community.
Police Chief Andy McGrogan says once the department receives more information about the investigation from ASIRT, they will reassess the situation. The accused officers will appear in provincial court on July the 30th. The home of a Calgary broadcasting legend is the scene of a terrible tragedy, an apparent double homicide. 2 bodies and a man and a woman were found inside the Sprayside home just after 5 this morning. A man was taken into custody a few blocks away. The home is owned by longtime radio sportscaster Bill Powers and his wife Donna Lee. Bill was a sportscaster on News Talk Radio 770. Investigators spent the day doing a grid search, combing the area for any evidence. What they came up with was a knife.
A weapon was seized outside. Exactly where, I'm not sure, but between the residence and where we located the suspect. We don't know if that's the weapon or that was used in this incident or not. The weapon that was found outside of the residence was a knife. Again, I don't know if that was used in this incident or not.
We've got more on this developing story coming up in our news at 5:30. 2 men attacked by a grizzly bear near Fernie, BC are recovering. The men were attacked and injured by a bear while hiking Wednesday. They suffered non-life-threatening injuries. All the trails in the Mount Proctor area near Fernie have been closed. The search for a grizzly bear and its cub continues in the area. A vehicle found in the Bull River is believed to belong to a 20-year-old from Jaffrey who went missing last week. Cranbrook RCMP began their search for the missing Jaffrey resident last Tuesday. At that time, police responded to a call of a possibly fatal motor vehicle accident on the Bull River Service Road. All signs pointed to the vehicle actually falling off a 50-meter embankment before hitting the river. Cranbrook RCMP continue to work with local search and rescue crews. Family and friends say they've been careful around searching the Bull River. Now that vehicle is believed to have been located. It's the second week of searching for the missing man. The Swiftwater rescue teams were able to locate a vehicle in the Bull River about 12 feet under the service road. It's unsure if the missing Jaffrey resident was still inside the vehicle. Hey, Dory Rossiter, lots of developing weather happening, tornado watches and warnings in southern Alberta. What can you tell us?
Absolutely, and the latest information, I'm going to look at my sheet just so I've got this absolutely correct. The tornado warning is still in effect for Okotoks, High River, and Claresholm. At 3:40 p.m., a rotating thunderstorm southwest of Naton was moving east 25 kilometers per hour. Right now, the latest information is that it is west of Parkland. It is moving in a southeasterly direction, and the areas of Brooks, Strathmore, Vulcan are under a tornado watch. So right now, it's moving from the west to the east with a bit of a southeasterly angle. So we're keeping an eye on that, and we'll have more details coming up.
Okay, thank you, Dory. Well, the province is setting up flood assistance registration offices in 11 southern Alberta communities over the next week, including Lethbridge and the Crow's Nest Pass. Lethbridge residents can apply on Monday and Tuesday at the Lethbridge County office from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. for provincial aid funding. The Crow's Nest Pass office will be set up in Blairmore Elks Hall on June the 12th and 13th. That also runs from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The disaster recovery program is designed to provide financial aid to homeowners so they can repair or rebuild their home and other uninsurable property damage and loss. Now, you are going to need to bring along a government ID, list of damaged property with estimated measurements of your home and photos of the damaged property. If you would like, you can go to the Alberta website on your screen for more information. A number of southern Alberta businesses are opening their doors to high river flood victims, and others are being urged to do the same. The University of Lethbridge says it's now hosting 230 flood victims at last count. The number changes daily, but officials say many have lost possessions and may also be out of work. As a result, Chinook Country Tourism and the Lethbridge Sport Council are urging gyms, organizations and sport groups to get involved and provide free passes or reduced prices. West Wind Gymnastics has offered its facilities, and the Lethbridge Bulls are providing tickets for its games tonight, tomorrow night and next week. The goal is to make evacuees feel more at home and have a good experience in Lethbridge.
We're hoping that they'll enjoy their time here as best as they can and be able to take a little bit of the stress off.
And that's certainly to try to get more tourism into the city. I thought what a great way to introduce gymnastics to a lot of families that may not have that. It's a time where both parents and child can come in and participate and have some fun, explore the equipment and just have a great time.
Doesn't matter who you are or where you're at. Let's see how many sport groups can get together and provide an activity for an evening or a day or a couple hours. Play and sport is a great stress relief.
Groups and organizations interested in getting involved are urged to contact Jackie at Chinook Country Tourist Association. Remember back in February when the University of Lethbridge hosted a play day for the Family Day long weekend? It turns out that they have been recognized nationally and internationally for the initiative. The U of L has been hosting Play Day for the past 2 years. The first year, about 2,000 families participated. That number increased to 5,000 this past February. The concept behind Play Day is to encourage children and families to explore playtime in arts, science, and sports. The university received national and international silver and bronze awards for their excellence in community outreach from the Council for the Advancement and Support of Education.
And the theme is really just about getting families together on Family Day and the university being a catalyst to enable families to play together in our wonderful facilities. So I guess Case, who provided the award, thought this was a pretty cool community engagement initiative, and we really look at it as that.
The next Play Day will take place February the 17th, 2014. With the Calgary Stampede set to begin tomorrow, many people come from great distances to take in the city and take in the show, but has the flood scared them away? The Bridgeview Campground in Lethbridge is one of the stops for those traveling to see the Stampede. A few of the campers were just stopping by Lethbridge, but for others, this was the last stop before hitting Calgary. With floodwaters slowing the construction phase for the grounds, many weren't sure if the show would go on. Charlotte Davis from Arkansas was one of the visitors to the campground and says they had to call ahead to make sure they could make it.
So I had nothing, no news, and a friend Facebooked me and said, did you know there's a flood in Calgary? And I'm no. So we, checked the news, called up and checked around to make sure that we were going to be able to get where we needed to be. But yeah, we were thinking we were going to have to change our plan. But the good thing about pulling your house behind you, you just go wherever you want to.
The Stampede runs through July 5th to the 14th. If you're looking for a different way to stay cool this summer, here's one solution. Who doesn't like to blow bubbles? The Galt Museum is hosting a make-your-own bubble solution. These kids had fun creating and blowing giant bubbles while learning the history behind one of the world's most popular activities. Families with children ages 3 to 12 are invited to take in the weekly drop-in program. It runs from 1 until 4 and is presented in partnership with the Green Acres Kiwanis Club of Lethbridge. Registration is not required.
We came down today to blow some bubbles.
Yeah? How did it go?
We had lots of fun.
So how were popping bubbles today?
Good.
Yeah? What, did you blow big ones or little ones?
I blew big ones and little ones.
Yeah? Which were your favorites, the big ones or the little ones?
The big ones.
The big ones, yeah. The town of Colehurst has completed its census and shows an increase of 32 people over last year. The population is now 2,301. The census was conducted in late May and through much of June. Town officials say getting an updated count is important because it's used to calculate funding from the province and helps the town plan for future growth and development. Well, all the world's a stage, but this weekend the main stage will be outdoors at Gull Gardens. Shakespeare in the Park kicks off its summer season Friday with cast and crew performing As You Like It, one of William Shakespeare's best-loved plays. It's full of romance, fantasy, wit, and humor. The cast and crew is drawn from community theater groups and University of Lethbridge theater students. This production is set in the 1920s America with flapper dresses and pinstripe suits, along with some jazzy music.
I was watching a production of Boardwalk Empire, and I thought, with this really tough mob boss, that makes a great Duke. The time just synced up really well together.
It's a really interesting mix. At first, I was confused as to how it would work, but it seems to mesh so well. Just such a vibrant era, and it really fits well with our story.
There are 10 performances this year, starting with opening night, Friday. Entertainment starts at 6 with the show at 7 p.m. Admission is pay as you like it. On the markets today, south of the border, the markets were closed because of the July 4th holiday. Here's a look at what happened here in Canada.